For decades, there's been this one book passed around like a secret handshake among small business owners who are just struggling to keep their heads above water. It's Michael Gerber's The E-Myth, and it made this huge promise, a way to escape that terrifying 80% failure rate, but just completely rethinking what a business even is. But here's the thing. In today's super fast digital world, is its legendary advice still a blueprint for success, or has it actually become an outdated model? Let's break it down. And look, you really don't have to search far to see the kind of impact this book has had. I mean, testimonials like this one from Christina Peters are everywhere. It's one of those books where people read it and just have this wow moment, this sudden, earth-shattering realization that everything they thought they knew about running their business was just fundamentally wrong. So what is this big secret? Well, it all starts with the title itself. Gerber's big idea is what he calls the entrepreneurial myth, and it's this fatal assumption that the people who start small businesses are entrepreneurs. He says, no, they're not. They're what he calls technicians who've had an entrepreneurial seizure. They're amazing at the work of the business, but they know absolutely nothing about building a business. And that right there leads to the core problem. Think about it. A baker who loves baking starts a bakery only to suddenly realize she's also a manager, a bookkeeper, a marketer, and even a janitor. She's trapped, right? She's working in the day-to-day chaos with zero time to work on the business to make it grow. If she stops, the business stops. Sound familiar? So this is the trap that Gerber lays out. And honestly, it's why so many businesses end up struggling. It's got nothing to do with market conditions or a bad product. It's all about a conflict that's happening inside the owner's own head. And this is where Gerber's insight gets really fascinating. He says that every business owner is actually three different people rolled into one. But as you can see, the balance is, well, it's completely out of whack. The technician, the doer, the hands-on person, makes up a massive 70%, while the manager and the visionary entrepreneur are kind of left fighting for the scraps. And the thing is, these three personalities, they're basically at war with each other inside your head. The entrepreneur wants to dream big about the future. The manager wants to create order and checklists based on the past. And the technician just wants to put their head down and do the work right now. And without any balance, the technician always wins, and the business never really grows beyond what that one person can physically do. And all this imbalance, it creates this really painful life cycle for the business. First, there's infancy, where the business and the owner are basically the same person. Then, they try to expand and boom, total chaos, because there are no systems in place. To ever reach maturity, the business needs that big picture entrepreneurial vision, a vision that goes beyond just doing the work. Most never make it there. Okay, so how do you get out of this mess? Well, Gerber's solution was, and I mean this, revolutionary. He called it the franchise prototype. The idea is to build your business from day one as if you were going to franchise it and sell 5,000 copies, even if you have absolutely no intention of ever doing that.
The whole philosophy behind it is perfectly captured in this old AT&T motto that Gerber loves to cite. It's not about you working harder or finding some magical superstar employee. The system itself is the solution to all the chaos.
Okay, let's get really clear on what this means. A franchise prototype is a business that runs on systems, not on specific people. It doesn't depend on you or your best employee or anyone else. Why? Because the systems run the business, and the people simply run the systems. The business becomes a machine, and your job is to build that machine, not be a tiny cog inside of it. So how do you actually build this thing? The process is super methodical. You create systems for everything. I mean, everything, from how you answer the phone to how you make your product to how you close a sale. The goal is to make your service so uniform, predictable, and consistent that the results are the same no matter who is doing the job. And that's really the whole point, isn't it? The ultimate promise of the E-Myth is freedom. The freedom to finally step away, to take a vacation, to work on what you want to work on because your business no longer needs you there every single minute of every single day just to survive. It's a powerful and pretty intoxicating idea. Okay, so for the longest time, this was basically the Bible for small business. But the world has changed a lot since the 1980s. And that brings us to a huge challenge for this model today. So, the big question we have to ask ourselves now is this. Is a perfect system, one that's built on the industrial age values of predictability and consistency, really what we need to thrive in the chaotic, innovation-driven internet age? And this right here is where the critique gets really sharp. This is a direct quote from the principles in the E-Myth.
Gerber explicitly says the models should be built to be operated by people with the lowest possible level of skill. And that one sentence, wow, it's causing a major rethink. Because think about it, if you build a system that anyone can operate, you're not exactly looking for creativity or innovation from your team, are you? You're looking for someone to just follow the rules. And the big critique here is that this creates a business full of, well, drones, who produce an average product, which pretty much forces you into a race to the bottom on price. To really get this, we need to talk about two totally different kinds of work that are really defining our modern economy. All right, on one side, you've got algorithmic work. This is just following a set of instructions to a known result. Think assembling a burger at McDonald's or filing a simple tax return. Gerber's model, it's the absolute king of this stuff. And on the other side, you have heuristic work. This is creative problem solving where there is no playbook. Think writing new code or designing a marketing campaign from scratch. The outcome is totally uncertain and it requires real ingenuity. Okay, so here's the kicker. That algorithmic follow the rules work, it's being automated or shipped overseas like crazy. The real value, the real money, in today's economy is in that heuristic, creative work. Companies like Google and Apple, they don't hire for the lowest possible skill. They get into bidding wars to hire the smartest, most creative people on the planet. Why? Because you just can't do that groundbreaking creative work with a team that's been built to just follow instructions. Now, does this mean we should just toss the E-myth in the trash? No, not at all. What it means is we need to evolve it. We have to shift from thinking about our business as this perfect static machine and start seeing it as a living, evolving organism. Let's be super clear about this. Gerber was 100% right about one thing. Chaos is the enemy. Your business absolutely must have systems if you want to survive and scale. That core insight is as true today as it ever was. But, and this is a big but, maybe the end goal isn't what it used to be. It's not enough anymore to just build a business that can run on autopilot without you. The world just moves way too fast for that now.
The new way of thinking, the synthesis of these two ideas, is this. The real goal is to build a business that innovates and evolves with you. And you do that by creating systems that don't replace thinking, but instead empower smart, creative people. Systems that give them the freedom, the foundation, to do their absolute best, most creative work.
And that leaves us with one final, really important question. The old model was all about building a perfect, unchanging machine. The new challenge is to build a resilient, evolving organism. So, what are you building? A business designed to be perfect or one designed to evolve? Honestly, that choice might just determine everything.